Back at the McLean Barbershop, Talk of the Town 918. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Talk of the Town 918. This is season 3, episode 7, and we got a special guest. It's like a brother to us. You know what I mean? Like, we've been at this shit for a long time. Excuse my language. You know, when you meet people that's like highly up there in a career as far as like coaching or like NFL, NBA, like, usually don't call guys your brothers, you know what I mean? But this guy right here is like really, really like somebody close to me and my brother. Talk to him damn near every day when I had our fights, arguments, not talking for a little bit. But in all seriously, man, Coach Duffie, we appreciate you being here, bro.
No, that's real. Yeah. I mean, I really, I'm honored to be here. First of all, we've been talking about it quite a while. I've been saying no, you know, going back and forth.
Yeah, not right now, maybe later. Yeah, okay.
It's just timing, not where it's at, but I'm glad to be here, man.
For sure.
It's a lot of respect. I think you guys do a hell of a job.
Appreciate it.
I tune in, obviously. I'm a little biased, though. You know, I like the Cowboy way from that standpoint. RW was, that was fire.
Appreciate it.
Boyne, my guy.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
I can't get away from that. So anytime you got anything black and orange going, I'm looking. But I watch every one of them, man. It's been great. I think you guys. I just want to thank you for the community and what you mean for North Tulsa, for Oklahoma. Yeah. You know what I mean? From that standpoint, I think you do a great job, and I love the show.
Appreciate it. Take us to your little journey. Like, where was you born? Where you started? Like, you're not from Oklahoma, right?
I'm not.
Okay, so explain to the viewers that don't know you, like, where are you from?
Yeah, I'm a Texas guy, man.
Okay.
I grew up in a small northeast Texas town, Jefferson, Texas. It's crazy, man. I've been all over. From Jefferson to Lubbock, from Lubbock to El Paso, from El Paso to Colorado, where my man Dash, he know all about that. And then Carolina.
East Carolina, right?
North Carolina, where I was at, Wake Forest. And then, my bad with that. Dash, you know where it's at. And like I said, I think I mentioned, Colorado, that's where both of my boys, my younger boys, were born.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So I was out there for a minute, 4 or 5 years, and then I left North Carolina. I didn't think I was going to leave because we loved it there with Jim Grove, who was wonderful.
Okay, so you're talking about the coaching now.
The coaching,
okay.
I coached there for him, who honestly took over for the whole Baylor deal. That 1 year that happened with Coach Browse down there. He came in and kind of settled. He was a wonderful guy. Loved working for him. And then I got a call from Mike. That brought me to Oklahoma. Oklahoma, the only place I've been longer than my hometown.
I got you.
And I know that was a long story there, but hometown, Jefferson, Texas, Northeast Texas, Louisiana border.
You've been all over.
I've been all over, man. But my roots and foundation still with me there from that small town. Both of my parents, born and raised there, passed away in that town. So, and the hard-working foundation of getting up. I can remember my mom, 3 jobs, my dad working all night. So, and I never felt unhappy at home.
For sure.
I'll never forget it, man. That's what I'm all about.
Gotcha.
What got you into coaching, and how long have you been coaching?
It's crazy. Everybody remember the year 2000. That's my first year getting into coaching. I was a grad assistant. It's 23 now, 2023. So I've been doing this 23 years. And you say what got me in, I knew I wasn't never going to get away from the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I didn't think, my senior year of college, I was beat up and playing. I didn't miss games.
And where'd you play at?
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech?
Yeah.
Tech?
Yeah.
Okay. And what year did you graduate?
I graduated in 98.
98,
I had one more year to play. I graduated early, so I played in 99.
Okay,
and then,
gotcha. So that's when you got into
grad assistant at UTEP in 99, 2000. And so I got in it early, right away, because I knew I knew I wasn't going to play. You know, as a player,
Yeah.
Players try to act like I'm going to try, but you know, I was a good player. I'm not saying I was a bad player, but I was a starter.
Different. Yeah.
But it's a different level of
Yeah.
playing, you know, with pros and getting paid for it. And I knew if I couldn't play, I was going to coach. So that's what drove me to get into it.
Okay. So right after your last football game, you go to UTEP to be a grad assistant.
That's correct.
But you graduated from Texas Tech.
I did.
What was the reason that you went to UTEP? Was it a coach or somebody you knew? Or what?
That's a great question. It's ironic how things happen in your life. That year in '99, that's the year Oklahoma, I think, won 2000.
Yeah.
That's the one they won the national championship with Mike Leach as the offensive coordinator, right? And he came in and replaced my coach, Spike Dykes, the dad of Sonny Dykes, who's at TCU.
Okay.
So I really wanted to be a grad assistant at Texas Tech, but it was a
you.
new staff, new change.
You didn't know nobody.
I didn't know anyone. I knew Sonny because Sonny came with Mike because he used to be his GA at Kentucky.
Okay.
And he left Hal Mummy. I'm talking Coach Leach. To Oklahoma, but I didn't have a connection. You know how this is, man.
It's all about
It's about who you know. And my staff had got let go. One of the coaches that was on my staff got the coordinator job at UTEP.
Defensive coordinator
job, and called me up and said, "Hey, you've been a really good player for us. I think you want to coach. You sure you want to do this?" And it was drop of the hat. Yeah, I want to do it. You know.
So, but you're a defensive back coach now.
I am.
Your first coaching job at UTEP wasn't with the defensive backs.
No.
What did you start at?
I started out with linebackers because I played linebacker.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I mean? So I started out what I knew because he was still doing that system.
I got you.
So he was a safeties coach at my school at Texas Tech, but he got the coordinator job, and he kind of brought me in to help with the linebackers, assist the full-time guy with the system, and help them get acclimated out there. And I just took it and ran with it. And he always kind of told me, man, you need to learn. You know the game. But you need to know how to teach.
That's a fact.
It's all about teaching.
That's a fact.
And then when it comes to teaching, you have to find a student. And our big deal in that system was nobody get left behind. So it's all different types of learners, man. Even in my household, my boys, they different. They the same but different. They learn different ways. So we try to find ways they learn and try to put them in the proper position to teach them.
Teach them is the key word.
Get them to the destination no matter where they are. So we still do that today.
Because a lot of coaches, they forget the teaching part.
Right, that's right.
They want to yell at you, do this. Why don't you teach them? Tell them where you messed up at, show them a different route, and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's just, and some kids are ashamed of how they learn.
That's a fact.
Don't want nobody to know that they struggle.
For sure. That's a fact.
So we try to make them comfortable. Right. So everything we do starts just with the relationships.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So you mentioned earlier about you just named the towns like where you lived and all that. Give us your little journey of your tree of when you left UTEP as a grad assistant, all the way up to OSU now.
Right.
Give us the in between. You coached where for how long? Where for how long? Where for how long?
It's crazy, man. It's a long time. I may kind of 5 or 6 years, 6 or 7 in El Paso. Okay. But El Paso was great.
So you wasn't a grad assistant for the whole time. So you was grad assistant.
It's crazy, man. Like you mentioned that. When I think about it, I mean, somewhat spoiled.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I came from the bottom. You know what I mean? I was taught from the bottom. From my hometown to where, going away, thinking you want to really get away, but realizing, man, that's far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
From home.
Then, I didn't realize, I thought Texas was, big, but I didn't know how big. You go to Lubbock and you think, oh, man, and that's only halfway. Then you move from Lubbock to El Paso, and that's all the way, east to west, So when I got into coaching in El Paso, man, I told my mom I was moving to El Paso, and she was like, El Paso? And I was like, yes. And she's like, you realize how far that is? And I was like, nah, but you know what? I want to go. And she was like, why you want to go? I said, because I want to see different. Yes, you know what I mean? I know what it is like to be here.
Yeah.
I want to experience more. I really want to be diverse, but I didn't really know what I was saying. I got diverse when I went there.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Wow. Okay, it was drastic difference. You know, obviously it's a border town, but it was great. Yeah. It was so similar. You know what I mean? It still was built off hard work, good people. Everybody think dangerous. It's a really safe town. It's more CIA, FBI in that city. So it wasn't like I was crossing the border. I was staying in El Paso at UTEP on the college campus, and I met great, hard-working people. Sure. I met my wife. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big-time experience for me that I'm proud of. I was there 6-7 years, and then we went to Colorado, Fort Collins at Colorado State. Got an opportunity to go up there with Steve Fairchild.
And what position was you coaching up there?
I went up there to coach the secondary. I went there. Actually, it was the corners, but I kind of bounced around safeties, corners, and at one point I had them all. You know, and then we got let go with Steve, but they kept me. McElwain came in from Alabama. They won the national championship there at Alabama. He got hired at Colorado State, and I stayed there with him through the spring. So, and then I got just a weird call in the middle of the night from Wake Forest with Jim Grove, like, do you want to go? And it was like, I really didn't, but at the same time, I still kept on telling myself I'm young and coaching. You need to go experience something else. You know what I mean? So it was like, oh, man, I had took my wife who had, was in El Paso, away from her family to Colorado. We had 2 boys there.
You finna move again.
And then we about to move again to North Carolina. My mom was like, you getting further. You got what I'm saying? But then we were truly going to the East Coast.
So you told Jim Gray, like, yeah, I'm coming.
I had to tell him, man. When you do your research and you can go in the ACC and be the secondary coach,
I got you.
Corners coach, safety coach, in the ACC with Clemson and North Carolina professionally, and then you working for a man like Jim Grove, you have to do it.
I got you.
Do it,
I got you. Okay, and then so you get to Wake Forest. How long you at Wake Forest for?
I couldn't make it long, man. You know what I'm saying?
Because the phone again.
Yeah, the phone again.
For real?
I'll never forget that day.
Okay, what happened that day, though?
Well, we go through the season in spring.
Just one season?
One season,
okay.
And it was great, man. I never worked for a better man as far as, other than Mike. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Jim is phenomenal. He's a defensive guy. He don't bother you. He understands offense is hard, you know, in that league. It was Sammy Watkins and all them dudes at that time. They were dudes. You know, Florida State was rolling because Jimbo was there at that time. You got what I'm saying? They were rolling. Benjamin was a receiver. You just imagine all those dudes.
Did you have the whole secondary or just the corners?
Man, it felt like the whole secondary.
For real?
On those nights. You know what I mean? On those nights, man, it's rough. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It is rough. They can go. Yeah. But, I go home in that spring afternoon. It's nice. I wasn't feeling well. And the kids were little. I tell Autumn when I come through, man, I think I got the flu. I'm something wrong. I'm tired. I'm groggy. And I just remember she's saying, go lay down, right? And I fall asleep on the bed. I'm out. I'm talking about cold. And she come in maybe, and it had to be like hour and a half, two, I don't know. It was a long time, but she like, I hate to wake you up, but I'm leaving. I got to go to the store, and I'm taking the kids, but you need to answer this phone.
It's blowing up.
She's like, it won't stop.
She don't know who it is.
And I don't know the number, but it's the same number. And they keep calling. I'm like, what? I'm kind of groggy. Yeah. And so I say, whatever. And then she say, no, you don't understand. You need to get up.
But did she know who it was?
She had no idea.
But it just keep maybe
she had no idea.
She probably thinks it's an emergency.
Yeah, because it keep happening. You know what I'm saying? But she had no idea who it was. But she finally get me up. Really, and when she does, or when she gets me up, she go, now, I'm leaving. Call me back, But before this conversation, I had asked her after the season, how you like it? And it was great. Weather, seasons. She was like, this is the best place. I love it.
I don't want to leave.
I don't want to leave.
I got you.
I'm not thinking about that when I dial a number back. And I dial a number back, and honestly, man, I didn't know. The area codes. I had never lived in Oklahoma. I just dial it back, you know, and it's Coach Gundy. When I called back and he's like, hey, it's Mike Gundy, Oklahoma State, blah, 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 blah. We talk, what are you up to? Obviously, I didn't tell him I was sleeping. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It's good. You know,
chilling with the family.
We chilling, you know. I don't want to sound soft, you know. I'm sick. I got the flu. You know, but he was like, hey, we moving fast on this deal. We want to bring you out. And I was thinking maybe Monday or something. What time can you fly out tomorrow? Boom, boom, boom.
So how did the conversation get that fast?
Man.
Like, but hold on, like, because you said something about Colorado State. You said something about this now. I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit.
You're good.
Do you interview for any jobs? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or is it, but I'm saying though, or is it just a phone call like, yeah, I'll be there, I'm gone?
No, you interview, but it happens fast.
I got
you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Because most of the time, like in this instance, you in a short stack. You know what I mean? If you getting a call from him, he ain't calling the.
So you didn't interview for OSU? He just called.
No. You interview, but you don't know who else he's called.
I
You just know
got
he's
you.
called you.
I got you.
So it's more like really aggressive, but not aggressive.
Okay.
Because he's just like, okay, I just want to know if you got some interest.
And so
Okay.
he fly,
All
you
right.
go out there.
So no, you have this conversation like, okay, yeah, I got some interest. I heard, you know, this and that. I hear you're a great guy and this and that. And he's like, okay, well, to wrap it up, like, okay, if you're interested in, we gonna move fast on this job. We want to bring you out, interview you.
Okay.
Not next week. We gonna
Tomorrow.
or 2 days. Man, within 24 hours, you getting the flight set. You need to communicate. Well, have you called Coach Grove? You know, like that deal. That's my response to him because I can't come out there without.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
my
You know,
God.
And then you lose the job.
Yeah. You know, so it's that in there too. And he was like, no, I haven't called him yet. But when we hang up, if you're interested, I'm calling him. So you be prepared to communicate with him. So I hadn't told my wife, though. That's the.
You were supposed to
what
call
I'm
her
saying?
back.
Well, she coming back, but we done had this conversation before. Like, she ain't ready to
Yeah,
go. We
yeah,
just
yeah,
moved.
yeah, that's
we
what
just, she like the house. You
Yeah.
know, kids got the basement. We got it set up. It's
Yeah.
good. She comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But it's Oklahoma State.
It's close to Texas.
And that's the closest I've been. You remember, I left Jefferson
Yeah.
at
You was-
18.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I hadn't been back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So even in those times at Colorado, we wanted to get my mom Christmas, the kids, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My family. I wasn't doing none of that. It was and we were still family, but I was really growing up. At that point in time, though, you starting to realize I need to get close to family. They ain't gonna know grandpa. They ain't gonna know grandma.
exactly.
These cousins.
Yeah.
Right, facts.
'Cause everybody see the coaching, but that's still a family guy.
Yeah.
My family's really important to me. And that was one of the special things about Grove. You know, he a family guy. So that was one of the things I said to Mike. He was like, what? You sound a little hesitant. I was like, Coach, you don't understand. Coach Grove is phenomenal when it comes to family.
Gotcha.
And he said the magic words.
So am
If
I.
that's the reason, you need to come to Oklahoma State. And that's when I was like, oh, man, I got to look into this.
Right.
And she going to have to,
Yeah.
she gonna have to know. Like, we got to look into it. So I was like, okay, I'm interested. I want to fly out and I want to check it out. And then you fly to Stillwater, you like, okay, but you walk into Boone Pickens,
It's
you like,
different.
okay,
it's
it's different.
Yeah.
And I'm 5 hours away from mama now.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was 18
Yeah.
in North Carolina, and I like North Carolina, but 18 is 18.
That's a fact.
And when you got 2 young kids, you ain't flying like you
That's a
you
fact.
driving, bro.
That's
You
a
got
fact.
luggage,
Yeah.
car seats,
Right.
they were little. So I was like, man, when I get back, how I'm gonna convince her? You know what I'm saying? But
So
that
on
was
the
one
trip,
of those-
she didn't come with you.
no,
Okay.
the kids little. You know,
I got you.
we got it's too much going.
So when you left that building, though, after the interview, you accepted the job.
I knew I wanted it.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know they was gonna give it to me, but I knew I wanted it. But I felt like I had done a good enough job to get it.
Got you.
You know what I mean? You just don't know. It's not in your hands.
And how
you know?
long did it take for him to get back with you, let you know you had the job?
It was fairly quick, you know. It was fairly quick. It was quick enough where I needed to talk to her like, I think this gonna happen. And, you know, she was hesitant, but at the same time, once we made the decision, she always been supportive.
Yeah, for sure.
Big
I'm
time.
out.
Like,
Yeah.
it's number one fan. You know what I mean?
Right,
and,
right.
and without her, it doesn't go.
That's a
you know what I
fact.
mean? I got mad respect for what she do for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Career-wise,
Me too,
family-wise.
from the outside looking
I
in.
mean, I'm gone a lot. Y'all know
Yeah,
my
yeah.
boys are really active.
Yeah,
They don't miss much. They don't want to miss
Yeah,
much.
yeah, facts.
But at the same time, she make it happen.
Yeah.
I got
She
it.
works just like I work.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
facts.
saying?
Even
So,
harder, probably.
Yeah, no, ain't no doubt. You know, I frustrate her getting up in the morning. This morning, ironing board. You got iron, you can't iron at night. I was like, I gotta get it. You know what I mean? We in the season.
Yeah. So
But
out
the
of all
NCs too.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Out of all the places you've been to UTEP,
Yeah.
Colorado State,
Mm-hmm.
Wake Forest,
Yep.
and now at OSU.
Yeah.
Who are some of your coaching mentors? I know you mentioned the Mike Leake. You're a part of that trio, or
Yeah.
whatever. Who are some of your coaching mentors?
Oh man, everything starts with my dad. Even though my dad wasn't a organized, you know, activity coach. You know what I'm saying? But he was my first coach, so the respect goes to him. You know, for teaching me, showing me, and taking me. You know what I mean? So first him, and then my high school coach. That's one thing most guys don't realize. I'm one of those. I'm an old school guy, bro. And my foundation's old school. I never played Pee Wee. That small town, we didn't have Pee Wee.
Right.
You got what I'm saying? It was throw up tackle, kill a man with football, you know,
yeah.
that type of deal. So I didn't play the 7th grade. And that's what I'm trying to tell my kids, like, you really don't have to play till you.
That's a
I
fact.
know you're a player when you 5, but
fact.
you don't have to play.
Yeah,
And for me, I'm glad I didn't play to 7 because I probably wouldn't remember nothing.
I got
You know what I mean? I was a physical guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I was just hitting dudes. You know what I'm saying? That's what I tell them all the time. Man, you think you tough. Y'all not hitting. Y'all grabbing people, throwing them down.
Yeah.
And we were tackling, for real.
Yeah.
No pads, all that stuff. So that high school coach and then all my high school coaches, that was the one thing about the small town that's different. You know, man, you did something wrong, then everybody got after you. Now, don't touch my kid.
That's a
Don't,
fact.
don't, you know what I'm saying?
Don't yell at my kid.
Don't yell at my kid. But my family, that community never took it personal. You know, it was help the kids. You show respect. What I say goes, and wait till I see your mama.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
sure,
saying? We'll
right.
tell her later, but we about to deal with this right now.
Right.
And honestly, that foundation's still in my room. You know, they got. I don't care position. We talking about kid. What's right? What's wrong? This is what we do. Not abusive, but what's right. Man, you gotta have some authority. They need discipline. They want discipline.
Yeah.
But it starts with the relationship. You don't have a relationship.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't go yelling at kids.
Exactly.
But if they know you love and care, I think you still can correct them and mold and shape them.
I got
But
you.
that's what I like about this community. Right. Y'all can shape those dudes over there.
Right,
You know,
fact.
Tell me later.
Yeah,
Address the issue.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's what it's mad respect for you guys.
Okay. But we're going to take a quick break. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Talk of the Town 918. This episode is brought to you by the Smith Family Agency. It's simple. They make sure you have the right insurance coverage on your home, auto, or business. They also have the best prices for insurance in Oklahoma. Call my guy Brian Smith with questions, and he will give you a quick quote. We trust him to always do the right thing for you and your family. Call Smith Family Agency at 918-417-7400 and tell them the Bubby sent you.
We back with our guy, Coach Duffie, the DB corners coach at Oklahoma State University. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Talk of the Town, the 918 edition. So, Coach Duff, been coaching at Oklahoma State for a while. You probably you do. The biggest rivalry
Oh yeah,
is
I knew it was coming.
the Sooners and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
What's it like coaching in that game, though?
The start of it, you feel it. You know, you try to say as a coach that every game's the same.
You try to.
You know
try,
on that
but-
Sunday.
But players know, coaches know what it means to the state. You know how long it
Recruiting.
lasts, recruiting, perception, and but honestly, man, I don't remember a time since I've been here where where we went into the game thinking we're not going to win it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just like every game. I've never coached with a guy who coached to lose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I never played with a teammate that wanted to lose. So we put all the time and energy and effort into beating those guys, just like they do us. But the atmosphere, the energy is second to none for me. You know, it's a big game that we pride ourselves in trying to come out on top. And we have a few times. They got us a couple times. I'm going to say I ain't going to give them too much credit.
Right.
Even like this year, last one, they're still like whatever it is. We are where we are right now. They are where they are. But when we line up and play each other, it all goes out the window.
That's a fact.
It's
That's a fact.
on.
Yeah, facts.
We going to get their best shot, and they going to get ours.
That's a
And
fact.
wherever the ball bounce in between will determine the outcome.
Right.
But right now, we think we got a chance to get them.
I got you.
Yeah.
So when I was talking to you the other day, you know what I'm saying? Because I deal with this stuff too with coaching. Well, when I was coaching, missing my boys' stuff. When I talked to you the other day, you said, "Bro, I ain't got to watch my head and play football yet."
Yeah.
On a Saturday.
Yeah.
As a coach, dealing with that, knowing you got to miss your boys' activities, like
Yeah. That's tough, man.
probably
But-
the toughest thing you ever deal with.
Because, you know, I don't want to coach them. I really don't. But I
Right.
want to watch them.
Yeah.
You know what
Man.
I mean, I want to be present.
Right.
That hurts, you know, a little bit.
Man.
It stings me. And, you know, those guys, I'm dealing with my guys like my boys.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But at the same time, they not my boys. My
Bro.
boys, you know,
Man.
I want to be there to support them. But my kids do a phenomenal job of when I'm not there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do
that's
you think you add pressure when you are there?
no,
You don't? Okay.
no, I don't think it's no, because we constantly talking about I don't care about the outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you play hard.
Yeah, we in body language and
That's
being
a
a good
fact.
teamate. You know
That's a
that.
fact.
I don't. They know the standard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. I try not to judge because my dad judged.
Yeah.
I'm different. They think I'm hard. He was hard.
Yeah,
I got you.
And I try to be the opposite.
Right.
But that molded me, man. I'm so appreciative
Yeah.
of my dad and what he did. But it wasn't fun
Yeah.
on those days. I felt pressure.
Yeah,
you know what I
right,
mean?
right, right.
But I don't think they do. I think we kind of go back and forth. Of,
Yeah.
you ain't it.
Yeah,
And
for
the
sure.
youngest think he it.
I
You
got
know
it.
what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah,
But
He is it though.
Yeah.
no, he not. You know. But it's tough, man.
Man.
Like this Saturday is the first time that I'm gonna get to see
Oh,
him
yeah,
play.
because it's bye week.
It's
That's
a
right.
bye week.
Yeah.
We're going to get out and we're going to go see some guys Friday night, but I'm getting back Friday night. I'm excited to watch them. I'm excited. I get excited to be a dad.
Yeah,
man.
You know what I mean? I just want to be a fan.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
it.
You know what
for
I
sure.
mean?
Yeah.
Just want to
And
sit and
support 'em.
stand, eat your sunflower seeds, and watch your boys
I
run
don't
around.
want to coach him.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to, see if you doing it like
Yeah.
we say you're supposed
Yeah.
to do it. Now, the thing I'm evaluating on those days is making sure the coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
fact.
don't
Don't
treat
let
it like
up 'cause
nah.
yeah.
I'm giving you the
Yeah.
get into him.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
he need to feel it a little bit.
Right.
Don't treat this guy like a prima donna.
I got
That's my big time deal right there.
Okay. So what you coaching at OSU, special place, you
Oh
know.
boy.
Give me your all-time DB room.
Oh.
Give me your two corners,
Uh-huh.
safety, two safeties, and just give me a nickel.
Man, that's hard to do. I mean, it really is. You go on talent, you got to say Gilbert just because of what he does. Like Gilbert,
He was
man.
top 10 pick. Justin
He
Gilbert.
number
Russell
one pick to the Browns.
Browns,
you know?
3, yeah.
And people can say what he want, talent, man.
Special.
Through the roofs. You know what I mean? Roof.
For real.
I mean, he could do it all, bro. Like, he really could. He was special. Kick returner. But I don't know if he was the best DB at Oklahoma State. You know, RW, hey, man.
Yeah.
RW did some things. You know, I didn't coach RW, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of dudes that been through there that got it done. You know what I mean? But the most unrecognized to me, my favorite, because he was the most versatile, may have been Tyler Patman.
Okay, see, I
And
don't
nobody know Tyler
Yeah.
Patman. I'm talking about who I go. Tyler Patman, nobody wanted. I was at Wake Forest, and he wanted to come to Wake Forest. He was leaving Kansas. That's when, the portal was big, but grad transfer when I came here, it was big. That's when that era. Patman, man,
Different.
he was so versatile, so smart, and a great teammate. Really and nobody really knows. He became a free agent. Played for the Cowboys. Remember, this image of it was a Cowboy training camp and it was a fight, Dez and a DB.
Oh, that was him.
That was Patman. There were two Cowboys. He competitive, smart, little, crafty, skills, motor.
And he played
catch, play corner.
Gotcha.
Really sharp. Really sharp.
Give me a couple of safeties.
Ooh. I mean, Shamil was good.
Shamil,
But you go elite, Trey Flowers, nobody really. Yeah. Trey Flowers, man, he got corner skills. He long.
Nickel.
Everybody, we thought he a little shy. No, he a tackle. He played nickel. I mean, sleepy good, you know. I mean, you keep going. Kendall still there, but he developing.
Yeah.
It's not a more touted guy.
Right.
More freakish.
Yeah.
Kendall is so special, and he ain't became what we think he gonna become.
Right.
But he in the process.
Yeah.
Right.
But he the best kid ever.
Yeah, I believe.
Gotcha.
Most humble. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who you want your guy to be. That's what.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Who you want your kids to look up to?
Yeah. That dude. We go way back. Corey Black, not bad.
Yeah.
DJ McKinney coming up. You know.
Yeah.
Cam Smith, Kale Smith.
Yeah.
We got the Oklahoma boys. Spider in the mix. Jordan Reagan doing.
Yeah.
All those dudes got some traits. You know what I mean? We got a great room. It's been a great run of DBs. So Kevin Peterson, I ain't even mentioned.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. Them dudes, we've had dudes. Nobody really knows.
But you got to give yourself credit, too, though. You won't do it, I will. You have produced a lot, though. Hey, you don't got to. I will.
I'm
you
with
produce
that.
a lot.
But at the same time, overall, the culture, and it starts at the top, our head coach, you know what I mean, who I don't think get enough credit. He's all-time great at Oklahoma State.
Yeah, of course.
Take a lot of heat.
Because he's ahead.
Yeah.
If he was the safety coach, he wouldn't get it just because his head.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I understand.
And then Rob Glass, man.
Yeah.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Big time.
What he does for us.
Body by Glass.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And mind. See, people say body, but the mental toughness, the grind, the callous. We don't have the fives.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. As a coach, me as a coach, and I'll say this, you know what I'm saying, proudly. Give us some top 5 dudes that you have, opposite receivers that you have turned on the film. Like, man. And mine, as a coach,
since you've been at
OSU. Because when I coached against Drake Stoops in high school, what people see now on TV,
he was
Drake Stoops, real deal.
Yeah, he a good player. He good. Drake or CD.
Yeah. But no, he's saying that
I coached against when you know what I'm saying, breaking down film and doing all that stuff. You got to give us some of the top 5 guys you coached against since you've been at OSU.
It's been so many receivers, man. You go by team, the TCU guys, the one last year.
Quinn with the Chargers.
And then you go Rager. You got
Jalen Rager,
and the little guy that's a receiver, a returner for the Cowboys.
Turpin?
Turpin. He was at TCU.
Oh, well, okay.
So that's just one spot. You got what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Who made you scratch your head the most, though? That one guy.
Give us 2.
Man. The one most, everybody say CD, but Hollywood was an issue.
I got you.
Hollywood.
He killed you, Duff.
It's elite speed, bro.
Yeah.
People
can't coach it.
But then you get in the league, he still got elite speed,
but it don't look the same.
Some routes now,
yeah. You got to run some routes.
Because these dudes rushing the pass and the ball got to come out. You know what I mean? So. In the college game, those dudes, but Sterling was nice.
Sterling Shepard.
He was nice. He was complete. He can give you something, and he still had juice.
I got you.
So, and then you go down to Texas, the guys they got now, they got some dudes. Throughout last year, the guy at Iowa State, he won the Bolitnikov. Hutchinson, I believe, right?
Yep.
Every week,
there's something in the Big 12.
And then the guy, but you say that. All right, we say those teams. What about at our place?
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
So who I was going against?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
James Washington.
Yeah. You gonna get
Tyler
some guys?
Wallace.
Yeah, you gonna
You
see
got
that-
what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Marcel Aitman.
Yeah.
I mean, on and on. We got dudes too.
Yeah,
for sure.
But iron sharpens
Nah,
iron.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so it's never an easy down out there in the corner. You know what I'm saying? So whoever you going against.
Right.
So that's why we instilled in what we instilled in. You know what I mean? You got to have some mental tough guys that's ready to go every play.
So the biggest part of your job is because you got to bring in dudes every year,
Yeah.
recruitment, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you look for when Coach Duffie goes to a game on Friday night, or when you're watching film? What are you looking for?
Obviously, I wouldn't be there if they wasn't talented.
Facts.
Right. So we looking at things that you don't see on tape. You know what I mean? How you interact with your teammates.
Right.
How
Body
you
language.
respond.
Right.
You know, you're not gonna make the best play every time, but if your head drop when you make a bad play, or what you're doing to the officials, you know,
Right.
how you warm up, you know, all the things that you think don't matter.
Right.
Matter. You know what I mean?
They do matter.
So you just trying to watch the habits and how you treat people, how you go about the game, because it's only one way to play it. But at the same time, we really realize they youth, young guys. So the things you can't teach or instill, because once you get to be 17, 18, you kind of mold it a little bit. But at the same time, you can kind of look at the family life a little to see, you make it.
Right.
But it's certain things, if you really out of control, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, most kids understand.
Right.
Have you ever stopped recruiting a kid because of their parents, social media, or anything?
I wouldn't say stop.
But
Because that's the one thing that you have to really understand. Kids can't control who their parents are.
That's the truth. That's
you
the
know what I'm
truth.
saying? Like,
Truth.
no different from me. My kids didn't choose me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, now you have to evaluate how much influence.
I got
Right.
you. Yeah.
Because some of that you can't change. It goes back to the learning. They don't know how they learn. I need to find out how they learn.
That's
Yeah,
a fact.
yeah,
And
for
help
sure.
them. Walkthroughs, flashcards. We're going to find a way you're going to get it.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless you just don't want to, we're going to find out. But
Got you.
parents, they're just part of it. Parents sometimes, including myself, get diluted with their kids.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. We've been knowing each other. Why are you so passionate about recruiting Oklahoma kids? It's like you take pride in it. Is it because you're in the state of Oklahoma now that you be? Why is Oklahoma kids so important to you? Because you always call, hey, this what you think. Why is that so important to you?
Well, I mean, it starts back in East Texas, right? You know what I mean? It's like my mom's house, right? She used to always say, sweep the porch. Clean off your porch first.
Your porch,
right?
right.
And I think when you in state, you clean off your porch first. You want to take the kids that can play for you and help you beat the other school.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
for
we
sure.
want the best of the best in this state over the other school because they're going to help us beat them.
Yeah.
So that's just it, right? We want to take care of home first. We want to keep all the good guys here. And the guys they don't think good enough that we know fit our culture,
Yeah.
that we can build and rise up to make a strong team for
got you.
Oklahoma
I got you. Okay.
State.
What's your why? Why do you do this?
Man, that's a tough one because I love the game. I know I do, but I love kids.
That's a fact.
So I said this to my players today. Hey, man, the moment I'm not telling you what's best for you, I'm walking away.
Yeah.
It's bigger. It's bigger than me. It's about you. I think you have to coach for kids. You have to teach for kids. You got to love what you teach.
Yeah.
But, man, it's no different from Walmart. You got what I'm saying? I don't want to work for a company that don't love me
Exactly.
and the consumer, right?
Yeah.
It's about people. Everything I do is about people.
Amen.
It starts there.
Gotcha.
And as we appreciate you, Duff, and as we wrap it up, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to look into that camera and just give a message to the youth.
Oh, man, you can. I want to say don't give up. You looking at a guy that from a small town, nobody thought it was gonna happen. But it started at home with my parents telling me you can do it. So anytime you hit a little adversity, it kind of shapes you, rattles you a little bit. Never give up. Find a way. The sun gonna come up again. Keep pressing on, and it'll happen.
Appreciate you, Duff.
Yeah, for sure.
Really
What's up?
appreciate that.
Yeah, go Pokes.
Yeah, for sure.
This is Talk of the Town 918. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Talk of the Town 918. This is season 3, episode 7. We got our brother in here. We don't just say this. This is really like our brother. So appreciate you, Coach Duffie, again, man.
Yeah,
Real talk.
Anytime, man. Thank you.
Thank you.